This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
This is Manchester 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 United we're talking about.
Oh, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about. Manchester United we're talking about here.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
And this is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. It's Man United we're talking about. It is Man United we're talking about. It's Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about.
We're talking about Manchester United.
Yeah, this is Man United we're talking about. And big up if you just come in from NAF. There's no Mbeumo today. Chris Wheeler's just confirmed that he's not physically up to date as of yet. That's super annoying, and that pissed that I'm not gonna lie, that's ruined my whole night. That's ruined my night more than Morgan Gibbs White staying at Forest and Wolfie pretending that he's okay with it. Yeah. Game's in like 45 minutes. So we got the West Ham game coming up, which I'm going to do a watch long for. So don't worry about it. So on that notice, we're going to be prepared to watch Hoyland ball. Oh my God, Hoyland. What am I going to expect today? You know, more wrestling, more misplaced passes. Oh my God. How about a shot on target? I wonder, are we going to get that? I expect nothing but shit. You know, how about this? I haven't even seen the lineup. So all I saw that his name was involved. Apparently, he is early in his preseason preparations and the rest of the squad, and he's not quite ready to play a match yet. So we're gonna have to wait till next game, including the likes of Anana, and I'm pretty sure Xerxes gonna also be available after that. Why can I not see the Man United lineup? How can you be a Man United page and not post a lineup? How frauded is United exclusive? Honestly, what a shit page, man. Anywho, Biende is in goal. Let me see this. Delict, Yoro, and Heaven. Thank the Lord I can see some of that, man. We've got Mainu and Bruno Fernandes in the middle. Oh, no, wait, hold on. Mainu and Agate in the middle? Or is it Bruno Fernandes as a 10 with Cunha? And we'll see. We've got Ahmad, Dorgu, and whoever else. So not that any of you pretty much care. So there we are. Other than that, I'm quite eager. I've got the top on. I don't know if they're wearing this top today. Are they wearing this top today? Let me check the graphic. The graphic is the white shirt. So I'm going to imagine it might be the white shirt. It's like they're really trying to push this one. I can't lie. I really like this shirt. You know, it's if people think it's not purple or if think it's black, it's purple. So they show Mino and Agate in the middle. All right, that's not that bad. I remember. See, this is the difficult part, and I'm going to talk about the other little bits. This Watkins stuff, Antony and Malacia. That could really open Man United's window. But from what I saw in the press conference, and let's talk about some of these comments that Amorim made, taken way out of context, and you see the whole Man United fan base that have got an agenda. How about watch the flipping press conference and you might actually find something out that's not taken out of context. You absolute thick fucks. Other than that, how about this? Look, give me a second. Give me a second. If anyone's a United fan, and I think other fans, if whoever you lot support, I can tell you right now where to go and get this from. So I've got that one, and I've also got that one. I got these from the TikTok shop, and they're all from like Thailand or something. It's called, if you go on TikTok shop, type in, I don't know, Chelsea shirt, Arsenal shirt, Man United shirts. You can get kids kits as well. Then it will pop up. There's a place, it's called like El Boutique Shop or something like that. You'll find it. It won't have a badge in it due to copyright stuff. I'm not promoting for them, but I just if you don't want to go get it, it's like £13 a pop. So it's up to you lot. £13 a pop. I'm not kidding. £13. You think £13? Yeah, love taking them all day long. Big up Danny Walshy. Big up. If you remember to smash the like button as well. Make sure you get all the likes, and likes are super important. I don't know what I'd do without them, because then I won't know what. Well, pretty much the video won't get pushed out whatsoever. No Mbeumo. No, there's no Mbeumo. So is Mbeumo only? Yes, he's only out for this game, as far as I'm aware. So it's looking like no. It's Agate and Bruno Fernandes in the central midfield, and it's going to be Mainu and Cunha in the 10 behind Højlund. So that's going to be the case. And that's what Laurie Whitwell has said. So yeah, that's the one. I think that's what it's called. Is that it might be called that? It might be called that. Yeah, it feels official. There's nothing wrong with it. Even if I look in the inside, bro, it's like any other shot. I'll be honest. It's like any other top that I've ever had. No different. I mean, yeah. They're playing a full side from what I can see. But yeah, look, I think it looks like Bruno is going to be in the 8, and I don't mind that. And then obviously mine is going to play further up. Yeah, they always do show different on TV. I've got it loaded for my own watch long, which I'm going to do in big up. I'll promote that at the end. I would like to see many of you come over so I can get a nice little bit of dosh. Love. But bar that, yeah, we'll see what happens in this game. I really want to see something different for Man United. I don't really care about the scoreline. I mean, with that back three, I expect a lot different in terms of build-up. You know, this is the back three that I want to see Man United play in the season. So I'm quite eager. I mean, in the second half, I can kind of expect the likes of Luke Shaw, Maguire, and probably Fredrickson, if not Mazraoui, to play. But yeah, and I don't actually expect the second half team to be anything decent. So yeah, I don't know what they've got going on. So if anyone wants to post me the West Ham, what's this? If anyone wants to post me the West Ham lineup in a chat, that'll be big, because I can't be bothered to do that. You lot are more active than me. Even though I'm on a whole computer screen and you're probably watching on your phones, it sounds proper lazy. So you know what? Don't do that. Maybe you want to post for everybody else. Let me check West Ham. West Ham United. All right, cool. They have got Wan-Bissaka, Todibo, Kilman, decent back two. Now for Gerd, they're playing a back three then. It looks like they're playing Diouf. Diouf is the Senegalese guy that played against England, so they're playing wing backs. They got Rodriguez, Ward-Prowse, and Souček in the middle. That's really no legs. Bowen and Füllkrug 3-5-2. That looks as if they're playing that. That doesn't sound that great. I mean, they got Walker Peters on the bench, Paqueta, Guillem as well, Cornet. They got Potts on the bench, Irving's decent youngster. They got okay. There's a fake Kante they've got. Reece Oxford, okay, different. Doesn't Maz have a knock? If he does, then I don't know. I'm not really keeping up to date with all that part. No, they didn't. They're not signing him. I think it's you got that the wrong way around. It's Everton that are potentially signing him. Agate and Bruno, yeah. Well, at least Agate's there for the running power of legs. I don't know. I just want to see United play something similar to Leeds in the second half. I need to see a bit more of a press. I need to see that they can close down gaps a little bit more easier. You already know Graham. What I expect from Graham Potter's team is to keep playing it around the back. They're going to keep playing it around the back, probably knock it to Füllkrug if they can, and then get some flick-ons. Ward-Prowse as well, what he's about. So, yeah. No, there's no Mbeumo. Mbeumo's not playing today. He's just an absence because he's not fully up to scratch in terms of physical fitness at the moment. No, it's literally the preparation. You can't really look. It's annoying. I really was anticipating that Mbeumo was going to play today, and we get to see a little bit different. But look, if he's not up to physical fitness, the last thing you want him getting is an injury, isn't it? Like you just don't do that. Like if you're not physically fit and you can't keep up with the game, you're more likely to get injured, or you're going to look absolutely shite because you can't keep up. It's as simple as that. I don't know how they train over at Brentford. I don't know. I have no idea, because remember, the day Mbeumo was meant to basically kind of sign for United, if I'm correct, he went back to Brentford. They extended his break for a week. He didn't actually train with Brentford because of the whole Manchester United saga that came out as well. So he's not exactly had a lot of training time to get up to scratch like all the other Man United players did. They already had like a week under their belt or so, roughly. And also they've had a game under their belt. So when you think about it logically, then it makes total sense. The way I'm thinking about it. Wait, what's all of this? We'll see what happens there. I don't know. But yeah, bar that, this Watkins stuff, if I'm seeing anything from Watkins, I thought I'd just do a quick live. With Watkins, there's Man United don't want to pay 60 million. Cass, anywhere else to know where to watch the game from? Someone said this This is the one. I think it's called Footy TV. Well, I'm watching it on Man United, so I'm going off of that. Not really bothered by anything else. I think it's this if you want to watch it there. I see this Watkins stuff. If anyone wants to update me as well. Man United don't want to exactly pay 60 million. This, from what I read up earlier, there's still a bit more of a flirty idea with Sesko if they're going to go for that. There's no, like, all it is internal discussions. I feel like, you know what, I've kind of realized with this whole saga with Man United and transfers is that a lot of this is kept under wraps. A lot of it is pretty much, how to describe it, I feel like no one truly knows. It's a lot of speculation. Has no one noticed that? Like, every time it's just a lot of guesswork coming around, and it feels like a lot of stuff is closed up in terms of knowledge on what the situation is. I don't know what steps exactly United have made, except that it does look like the amount of phone calls, inquiries that's going on, even last week, considering the last few days, Watkins seems like it's going to be the number one choice. It's that if we're not going to pay the 60 million, they're insisting that they don't exactly want to sell him. It's how do you get that over the line? It's like, if they're going to part 50 million, this might drag on. I feel like, I don't feel as if, I don't feel like we can pretty much secure him or pressure Aston Villa unless he says that he wants to join Man United and he'd be interested in coming over. I mean, there's already been talks of Watkins being interested in coming over to United, but if something beyond that, I don't care. Stop living on the moon. Sesko isn't going to Old Trafford. I don't want Sesko at Old Trafford. So I don't know why you're trying to move like if I give a shit. I don't want Sesko. All I'm saying is what's being reported, that there's still been kind of like talks around like Sesko's name, but I don't think like he's good enough. I don't feel like he's good enough to lead the line yet. Getting someone that's madly unproven right now, as it seems, I think it's stupid. United can't afford any more risk. What's this? Yeah. So I don't really care about the Sesko. Let him go to Newcastle, because these lot are bottling everything they can do to get Isak staying around that club. So that's just an absolute club that's in a mess. They can't even get anyone through the door. But other than Alanga, it's nothing but a shit show there. And they've got Saudi owners. How does that make any sense? But I feel like with Watkins, I don't know who you support, Ray's Jerk Shack, yeah? But for me, I feel like Watkins will come. If the last two names that have been actually talked about the most or linked with United, that United are remotely interested in, is Watkins and Mateta. The whole thing with Sesko seems quite advanced in Newcastle's side. His agents messed things up, and I'm not going to lie. I hope Newcastle get him. Go for him. Go get him, so I don't have to get him or go for him or waste time on him. I got told I wasn't getting Cunha. Then Cunha came through the door. I was getting told I wasn't getting Mbeumo. What, are you scared? That came through the door. So I'm not really fussed about how much time it's going to take. It's more about all these sales. Bruno's not playing number 10. Bruno's playing in the 8. Laurie Whitwell's just put the team out right now. So whatever you've seen as a graphic doesn't seem like it's going to be the case. Mainu is playing number 10 today. So, and I'm kind of glad about that, because last time we had Toby Collier out there. Toby Collier looked like a lost dog. So yeah, we'll see how it goes today. In terms of build-up, we'll see how that one plays out. That would be funny all game. Watkins, in shot power alone, Watkins is slow, mostly a poacher. Mateta is mint though. I wouldn't say that. Watkins is slow. Watkins is slow. Where are you getting that assessment from? Do you watch him? That's a bit of a mad. Watkins is slow. I like Mateta a lot, and I think Mateta would be. I feel like Mateta would be the best fit, but we're not going for him as it stands. I don't really give a fuck. Just hurry up and go get me a striker. That's all I'm saying. And that could be unlocked, with this whole Antony. You know what, Antony and Malacia, I think I spelled Malacia's name wrong, innit? Was that you, Ty, yeah? I did spell it wrong. This is what happens when you type like 1,000,000 miles per hour. Yeah, with Antony being open to a move, and there's two clubs interested. Malacia as well has allegedly been approached by another couple Saudi clubs. This is where I'm looking at where United need to push these lot to go over there. Well, whoever their agents are, I hope they get the bags thrown at them. I hope everything possible is done, because if you're telling me there is a small glimmer of hope where a couple Saudi clubs, one rumored to be is it Al Hilal or is it Al Nasser? One of them lot, one of the big Saudi clubs really want Antony, and there's another one. I'm not too sure. It's just rumors, but there's definitely 2 clubs interested. And if he's open to go in there, it means Antony doesn't really want to cut his wages. That's the truth in it. That's another thing with the Raul Betis thing is that it's the whole wage part. He doesn't want to take that much of a wage cut to go in there. So love that. If you want to go over there, they're going to probably double your wages. Love. Brilliant. I hope it works out for you. But United need cash. That's the biggest thing. It's not so much United can't do anything because PSR will fine. It's the whole cash flow part. It's the whole cash flow. So if you go and get cash for Antony, if it's around 30 odd million or 40 million, and Malacia, even if it's a few million, 5 million, something rumored about 7 million euros, like 5 million in pounds, 4.8, whatever it is. United, you know what United could do with a lot of cash right now? That I'm not fussed about if Garnacho goes or not. Go rot for all I give a fuck. Hold out, whatever. Aston Villa, Chelsea, at the end, go for 30, 35 million. Don't need to rely on that to go and get a striker anymore. So that's where I'm looking at, United might have a small glimmer of hope to actually go and do something. If we send to Saudi, how much signings can we make then? Well, when you deep it, so Saudis, if anyone suspected anything, I don't believe it puts anything towards UEFA, like Europe and all that stuff. I saw that with Newcastle, like the whole, I don't know, there's a lot of confusion. Even for myself, it's quite confusing. But in terms of Premier League, in terms of cash and what you're able to use, United's PSR is fine. So like making a signing is not impossible. It's physically how much cash can you go and give over to other teams that may want, I don't know, 2 installments, 3 installments, 4 installments. United allegedly, and I don't believe it. I don't believe that we are too much. I feel like they're biding their time. So if they negotiate, other teams know, oh, United don't have a lot, so we can't really demand a lot. I think that's the whole gimmick that we're going for. But if they pay all up front, which Saudis do, they pay everything up front, no installments. It's literally a big ball of cash right up front there, and then there you go. If United can make 30 to 40 million out of Antony, then I feel like we can go and do a lot with that. A lot alone. And obviously with Malacia, even if it's 5 million, that's not exactly loads, but it's something, something extra. No other clubs are looking at Malacia. He's a cheap deal. Someone can pick him up quite easily. Let's say we go get Watkins for, I don't know, 50 million. 50 million. Let's just say that, for instance. United don't want to pay 60 million top dollar. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be watching the match as well. Don't worry. I'll be finished in about, 15 minutes. So I'm just going to get this to about half an hour or whatever. And then you lot can come join me if you wish. And you can probably see me either get mad. I'm just going to say 50, Marcus, just for example, right? Let's say, I don't know, Villa want it in 3 installments. Maybe they want it in 4 installments. That 50 million, you just divide that by 3 or 4. Right. And then you're going to have to, you're going to have to give that amount of cash up front. Do you get it, Marcus? Like, you're going to have to put that amount up front. So United, for me, if they want to go secure Watkins, in my opinion, United needs at least 50 million in cash. But no, not 15, about 12.5 million in cash, so they can go and give that over to 15 million, depending on what they want in terms of installments. That's the way I'm viewing it. United don't have a lot of that part, so it's going to be difficult to get something over the line. But if it's something like 45, I'm going to tell you now, Villa are not accepting anything less than 50 as well. I don't see where Watkins is less than 50. And also, the other part is the contract length. How much is United willing to give as a contract? No one's... I don't feel no one's kind of spoken about that. It is relevant that he's 29 years of age. I feel like if United are smart, they don't push anything beyond the 30. Well, I would offer him a 3+1 or a 4+ optional one where it sounds like United are going to give a 5th one, but really and truly, it's like, no, we're not really going to trigger that one. A club option for an extra year. So when he does hit that 20, that age of where, let's say 3 years run down the line, you can go and sell him off for like 10, 12, 15 million or let him because he's that good still and he's still providing something, then give him the extra option so you can go and sell him next year. I don't know. But right now, United need a stopgap, very, very much so. And we're going to witness this in the next 24 minutes as the game kicks off, right? We're going to witness why we need something now, today, if possible. With the fact that Jason Wilcox and also, what's his name? Is it Wilcox and Barada? I don't know. I think I both saw them over in the US tour. There's more than that, though. There's a lot of meetings going on in terms of like this funding for the stadium. So that's relevant. I don't know exactly if that brings a halt to United's negotiations or trying to find anyone, but that could provide that it's been a little bit of a stop. There's not been a lot of news except there's conversations. When do these conversations progress? You don't need a lot of conversations to know which is the route you're going to go down. You know, you could put up an opening bid, but if they're going to say, "Oh no, we're going to meet our valuation of 60 million or don't bother," then pretty much you're in a bit of a pickle, aren't you? They might even use Mbeumo as a. I've got a feeling they're going to use Mbeumo as a case for why United should push all the way. Like in the end, you paid their demands, so why are you not going to pay our demands? But in United's case, in my opinion, again, because I have to keep saying that because it's not factual, I feel like they say, well, hold on, your client's 29 years of age. You asked for 60 in January. Why would you ask now for 60? You know what I mean? We just need it on Watkins' end to say. We just need like an exclusive where Watkins has informed Aston Villa that he would like to join Manchester United if there's a suitable offer. Something a little bit similar to Mbeumo. I don't think we need to be in for Vissa, but the thing is, I don't really want to deal with Brentford. You know, don't get me wrong. Vissa is going to be around what they want, 50 million, or he can't. I just don't see in a world where Vissa is. Look, he's had one really good season, and I think but in a world where you take Brentford's attack, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's about me, but that just doesn't sound great. You know what I mean? As much as he's a good footballer, I just don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, you get a great relationship in terms of, you know what? Let me check how much goals Brentford scored last season. Because between them two, they scored a hefty amount, like a good 40 goals between them. But what was it overall? So last year, Brentford scored 66 goals. Boy, they scored quite a lot, though. Newcastle only scored 68 goals. They scored more than Chelsea. Oh, maybe I might be changing my mind. Yeah, I'm gonna be watching a game. I'll be watching a game. You'll get the link in a sec. You know what? I'll put it in the chat right now, just in case. I don't feel like Vissa. United won't go back in for Vissa, regardless. Let's be honest with ourselves. It's just really not going to happen. Remember, I don't stream on YouTube. If you don't want to follow me, of course, if you want, but it's up to you. Where's my chat thing? It's not even. Oh, here it is. I'm only going to do this for pre-season, and I'm going to be jumping to do YouTube watch-alongs as the season starts. I might even start from August. There we go. Look, I'll be there in about 10 minutes. As soon as this live finishes, so and I'll repost it again. Yeah, Vissa had 19 goals, but you know what I don't want to do, yeah, is, all right, Vissa had a good campaign. You can see he's a good footballer. But I don't want another like Dominic Solanke season where it's like, okay, he was good for one season at Bournemouth pretty much in the Premier League, and then the next season he goes missing when you need him the most. And then you paid 50 million for a 29-year-old where you're like, okay, but he's not even got a backdated story of different of different seasons where you can say, I trust that. I think it's different with Watkins. I think Watkins offers a little bit more, especially when he's like primed in Europe a little bit. Again, like not so much, but he's had some European experience, international experience, I suppose. I feel like he can fare. He can fare. Do you know what I mean? So that's where I'm at. It is right now. It's just slow pace, and I feel like we're gonna have to kind of get used to that for the next couple of weeks. I'm hoping the next week. You know, because it's August and what? When is it August? Is it Saturday? Is it Saturday or Friday? I think Friday is the start of August, is it not? Let me check this. Let me check my calendar. Yeah, I'm right. On Friday. Then you got like what? What? You got like 1 month left? Got about 1 month left. Oh, we'll see what happens there. But United's got to do something quick time sometime soon. But I'm going to go over to here. I want to see all of you there. I'm going to be here. It might open your safaris and all that stuff. So yeah, let's get bang on it, man. In a bit. Wait, I think he might be doing something. I'll quickly. Oh, here we go. I'm going to be on that. I'm going to be there.